Hello everyone, it's been a while, but I've just watched the first episode of NISIOISIN's Zaregoto series and I thought, hey, it's late, but fuck it. I'm gonna talk a bit about this first episode of the OVA series that will have 8 episodes in total. And if you're familiar with NISIOISIN, with his other stories that are turned into an anime like the Monogatari series or Katanagatari or Medeka books, go for it, watch it. And to be honest, I was seriously surprised that the subs were released this fast. But yeah, it's done by Shaft, and the character design looks like Monogatari, but it's fine. Shaft is doing what they do the best out of all the animation studios out there. The crazy, background heavy, face cutting, strange exposition and presentation of the background characters while they are talking and talking and talking and talking. Oh, and walking around a bit. But yes, Zaregoto, I've read the first novel a while ago. Okay, not exactly a while ago, more like ages ago. And it was an amazing read. I would say it's hard to tell if it's better than a Monogatari, but many people say it. I think both series are amazing. And Shaft is doing once again a great job to turn Zaregoto into an anime series. And I really hope that we will get all the other volumes adapted. So this OVA series, Kubikiri Cycle, what it is called in English, will have 8 episodes, and it will only cover the first volume of the books. And there are 9 books in total for the Zaregoto series, and other volumes for spin-offs based in the same universe and with focus on some other characters. And yes, the first characters that were introduced were the protagonist, Ichan, who is also the narrator of this story. His name is just some nickname, because his name was never stated. I don't know what his name is. And he's kinda strange, but quite interesting on the same page. He's voiced by Yuki Kaji, who's also famous for voicing the protagonist of The Hentai Prince and the Stony Cat, or Issei from High School DD, and some other characters. So his voice fits. It's not the best choice, but it's still a good one. He's doing a good job. And he's on this one island where the heiress of a super rich family was banned to. And she can't leave that island. So what is she doing? She's inviting other people. But to go to this island, you have to be a genius. It doesn't matter in what area. If you're a professional cook on the genius level, or some cyber terrorist, some hacker, some engineer, it doesn't matter, but you have to be a genius. The protagonist, it depends on how you see it. If Icha is a genius or not. Or if it's in the end just the writer who's a genius. But yeah, let's ignore this for a bit. And in this first episode, they just introduced a few characters. It's the protagonist, who is the attendant of Tomo. And Tomo is a genius engineer. She's powering up some computers and doing all the fine work stuff. And she has some, I wouldn't say exactly problems, but she's kinda special. Well, she's a genius after all. They're all special, somehow. And she is really happy-go-lucky. I really like her character. From the novels, I almost fell in love with her. So she's really, really interesting and also cute and funny and so energetic. It's blinding. It's dazzling. You see this power smile of hers after she woke up. Well, not exactly after she woke up. She needed around 5 seconds and some recharge by hugging our beloved protagonist. And then we met other characters. He was going for a walk and he met with another attendant of an artist. They didn't explain much about them. After all, it's just the first episode, and yeah, but they introduced them, so they will play a bigger role. Well, this was kind of misleading. All of the characters are playing quite a big role in this. So yeah, let's forget about it. And while he was out, met the artist, and the attendant kind of forced him into being a model for the artist, which will lead to some pretty funny or disturbing or crazy scenes, which will happen in the future. I don't know in which episode exactly this will be covered. And after that, he goes to the dining room to get some breakfast. And there he met with Akane. She is one of the 7 fools. This is an kinda title, not an official title, but there are 7 people from the ER project that was placed in the USA, exactly in Houston, Texas. Hi, my dear friends from Texas out there. Okay, joking aside. And she is really interesting. I really liked her character a lot. The way she talks, the way she behaves, and her interactions with the protagonist, really, really funny. And the ER project focused on genius. There are all the academics, researchers, they're doing some crazy, crazy shit. And all we know is that the 7 fools are basically the people that are, well, basically genius are considering these 7 fools as genius. So they are quite the big shots. And Akane's quite strange, quite down to earth. And now it comes the funny thing, even the protagonist was once in this ER project. And he dropped out. So he says it doesn't matter because you dropped out and results are everything that counts. Akane, on the other hand, says that everything counts. Everything is a result. So it's based on how you see it. It's quite good and interesting to talk about. So the protagonist, you can basically say he's smart, he must be quite a genius himself, one way or another. And the way he thinks about himself, he's belittling himself kinda. And he tries to stay out of the center. Even as, just from this episode, you kinda see how he's not trying to be in the center of everything. And it will play a bigger role in the future, or even in the first volume. How he tries to stay out of everything but is pulled into the middle of it. And I'm really looking forward to see how they will adapt this first volume of this light novel series. And also, the first 2 volumes were released in English by Del Rey, but they stopped it. And not too long ago, Vertical, who's already releasing Kizu Monogatari and also announced Baki Monogatari, they announced that they licensed the Zaregoto series. So I'm really hyped to buy this again, to see the difference in the translation and to read further than the first 2 volumes. I mean, there are fan translations for volume 3 to 5 or 6, I don't know, but to read it, the official translation, I'm really looking forward to it, since Kizu Monogatari is such an amazing read. The Vertical did a great job. And let's go back to the anime. I should stop talking about the light novel series itself. So, the other character was a fortune teller. She could see the past, the present, and the future. And she is kinda... how should I say it? She's a bit on the strange side. And she's also a bit rude to the protagonist. It wasn't exactly in this first episode, but I got the feeling from the light novel series. So I hope they will pick up this a bit better, how she talks with the protagonist. And to jump back to Akane, she and the artist don't really like each other. And it will also play a big role in this episodes. So we can wait for something epic to happen. And I'm so fired up and hyped about this because the story of Zaregoto is amazing. The first volume, even as a standalone story part, it's amazing. You can read the first volume and you're satisfied. You will be, wow, this was a great read. And I really hope that the OVA series can give me the same feeling of, whoa, this was amazing. I really enjoyed it. So yeah, we have to wait. And on a note for the soundtracks, it's done by Yuki Kajiura. The soundtracks are great. I really like them. They're so spot on. And I'm really curious to see what kind of soundtracks we will get while we are digging deeper into the more serious parts of this story. And the ending song, I think it was called Märchen, also made by Calafina. It was a good song. I enjoyed it, and I'm really looking forward to the opening, which I guess we will see with a second episode. So yes, these were my thoughts on the first episode of Zaregoto. And like I've already said, if you are a fan of NISIOISIN's stories, well, even if you are reading the light novels or other stuff, or just watched his animes, go for Zaregoto. You will have a great time. So, this was it from me. I will see you guys tomorrow. Yes, I'm trying to keep up with some videos. I have to talk quite a bit about the last weeks of the animes. So I will basically make some videos, put them together about more than just one episode and try to release them. So yeah, Have a good night and see you later. Adios.